Hi friends, Toya here at Toya Talks, and I wanted to bring you along on my morning ride to share some thoughts I just had about the holiday season and how difficult it can be for a lot of us. And I think it's so challenging when it's the season when you feel like you're supposed to be happy and you're not, right? And I just wanted to shoot this video just to validate all of us, right, who may be struggling or going through, and maybe give you a way to help shift your perspective in order to cope, right, during this holiday season. So one of the things I will say is you're absolutely valid. The holiday season, in its own weird irony, is also very much a season of loss. You know, when I worked in the hospital, I've been a nurse for a little over 15 years, and I worked in acute care, which is in a hospital on the pediatric oncology unit for years. And the pediatric oncology unit is for children with cancer. And what I would always notice is it was always around the holiday season when we would see the most new diagnosis families come in. We would see the most, kids pass. We would hear about these crazy traumas coming in to the ER, families losing children through tragic accidents. And it seemed to always be concentrated around the holiday season. And I always thought it was like this sick irony, right? Like everywhere you go, there's bright lights and music and holiday jingles, and it makes you want to scream because inside you're wondering how is everybody walking around with smiles on their faces and shopping for Christmas presents and talking about the holidays, but inside I'm broken, right? Inside I'm shattered. Inside I don't know if I can go on, right? When I'm dealing with the loss of a loved one or a relationship that didn't work or a job loss or financial struggle, how do I celebrate the holiday season? And listen, I have been there in a very real way. I'm there right now. I'm going through an extremely challenging season right now, a season of transition, a season of loss, and it's really difficult, right? So I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I do that helps me this holiday season, right? So number one, I'll just put this out there. I am a person of faith, right? So my very first thing that I do is I really connect with, my faith, and I go deeper into my, kind of spirit, and I really seek guidance from God, and, a higher power, I think, in your life is really important, and connecting to that higher power, who I choose to call God, in whatever way feels right to you, right? So, I really take time to pray. I meditate a few times a week just for, 5-10 minutes. Sometimes I journal. I'm a huge journaler, and I think that journaling is so beneficial, right? Because it just gives you a safe space, a blank page to just write your feelings, what you're thinking, to cry. Sometimes that's a way that I pray, right? I'll write a Dear God letter. So, those are, a couple of ways that spiritually I connect, to myself and to God, right? I also, take time to talk with trusted friends, or loved ones, right? You don't want everybody's opinion. You don't want to talk to everybody, especially when you're really struggling and you're having a hard time. But being able to, when you feel ready, share just some of your grief and your loss. Sometimes we want to isolate in those moments when, we're really struggling because we feel like no one understands, right? But the people who love you want to support you. They want to be there for you. So take a minute, to connect with them. And then lastly, it's so important to shift your perspective. Sometimes when we're in a season of loss, all you can see is the loss, right? You don't see all of the things there are to be grateful for. But in fact, there are so many things on a daily basis to be grateful for. And I encourage you to take time to look away from the loss and focus on the things in your life that you do have to be grateful for. So for me, I have two wonderful daughters who I love, right? So I focus on them. They're my reason, I get up every day and do what I do, and I focus on what a blessing they are. I am so incredibly blessed with supportive friends and family, right? So I focus on what a blessing that is, because not everybody has that, right? I'm in a car, a reliable car that can get me from point A to point B. It's not perfect, right? But I'm grateful. I'm on my way to a job that, I love, that helps pay my bills, right? And allows me to do the things that, I need to do in life. And I could go on and on, but, I encourage you, you take the time that you need to grieve. And something that was really helpful to me that I learned, a little tip, was when you're really struggling, set a timer for 15-20 minutes and just allow yourself to wallow in your grief, in your frustration, in your struggle. Give yourself time to cry, scream, any of the things that you need to do to let it out in that moment, right? But then after that timer goes off, you get up, you shake yourself off, and you say, okay, what's next? What is the next thing that I need to do to move myself forward? So I encourage you, give yourself that time to process, but then focus on those things that are going well in your life. If for nothing else, you woke up this morning, and that is a chance for a fresh start, for a new day, for a chance for you to make a different choice, right? So I hope this was helpful to someone. A little bit of a deviation from my, maternal health content, but, really the whole purpose of this channel is to motivate and to inspire, to educate. So, you'll get some maternal child health and business stuff from me, but then you will also get, these motivational, videos as I feel so inspired. So I hope it was helpful. Let me know what your thoughts are. And if this content was helpful, please like and please subscribe and stay tuned for more. I've got a lot of great things coming that I'm excited to share with you all. So talk soon. Have a great week.